Hello everyone, so it's time to review the second episode of The Last of Us. Now, I gotta be honest with you, with the first episode, I was expecting second episode to be something a bit more calm again. I thought there was still gonna be some time before we see some action, but I gotta be honest with you, it was filled with excitement. I think the very important part when it comes to the second episode is the fact that like we're kind of like seeing the best acting performances of these characters that are like used to the characters, which I really liked. Also, yeah, I fixed the fucking camera thing. Also, on top of that, I realized how fast the story moved with the second episode. Like, when I watched the first episode, I thought the things that we saw in the second episode would be things that we'd see in, like, the 6th or the 7th episode. Things move way too fast, and I think HBO didn't want to take a risk with these series. So far, it looks better. And I got kind of, like, used to Pedro Pascal's Joel, but Ellie, I'm still like not really feeling it. I feel like she's overdoing certain bits of her character. And what else I can talk about? Oh, it's hard to talk about things without giving out spoilers. So there's this certain thing in the game where like when you see it, you'll know what I'm talking about. But like in this episode, it's a prominent factor. This thing, they implemented it so well. It was kind of like a bit like one-to-one thing. But since they changed like certain aspects of like, let's say like the virus, for example, how can I say? You know, it's kind of like 90% similar. But there's still like that 10% where you're like, oh, you know what? They changed this and that stuff for the show. I gotta be honest with you, there's not much to talk about. It's more like the game now. I'm gonna say this without giving out spoilers in the best way possible. I just thought of this. It's spaced out, but also closed in. I know that this was probably like a really short video compared to the first one, but I gotta be honest with you, I think it would be best for me to just review the first season after this point. And I think I'm gonna take the same direction with the next gaming related stuff that I review. I mean, when it comes to games, I'm gonna review everything in one single episode, obviously, because you know, when you buy the game, you get everything, right? Unless it's something like Hitman, where like you have chapters. Yeah, these kind of like TV series types of stuff, I'm gonna do 2 episodes, and then after the second episode, I'm gonna review the whole first season. Also, this is my estimation. I think the whole first season will last around 6 episodes.
Who is this little man?
They're not slowing things out. They're actually pacing a lot of things. Yeah, because of that, I think like a lot of scenes will be missing, but they're not really like essential. Since this is not like a video game, obviously, it's probably gonna be like half or like the quarter of what the game had. Yeah. Also, I realized something. They're kind of like skipping certain action scenes. At the start of the episode, they did a segment where they showed something that we haven't seen in the game. But if it's not something essential to the later episodes, I feel like it was kind of like a useless thing. Instead of like adding that first part in the second episode, I feel like they could have just removed that, you know, added more action scenes, which would have also made it like a whole, like a 1 hour or something episode. Let me check actually how long the episode was. My fucking eye. Okay, so it was kind of like 40 to 50-minute episode. So it was shorter than the first one. Thank you. Also, I mentioned this everywhere, so I'm not gonna say it anymore. Can't even talk. Yeah, it's late. I'm tired. Yeah. Bye. Love you.